Returning now to our breaking news this morning, a New York appeals court has overturned Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction, ruling that the judge prejudiced the filmmaker by allowing women to testify who were not directly involved. Attorney Robert Karrass joins me now with more. Robert, good morning. Is this ruling a surprise?
I think that it was certainly in the works for a while. I understand exactly where the Court of Appeal went in their determination. So I don't know that it was too much of a surprise, but obviously it's an unfortunate outcome for a lot of people.
Indeed. This was a 4-3 vote the court took, and again, we're looking at a new trial now for Harvey Weinstein. So what would a second trial look like? We must emphasize how traumatic it is for these women to have to testify. Now they're being asked to do it again.
Potentially, that's right. I don't know if the district attorney has decided whether they're going to retry him. He's still in prison on a number of other charges from California. I believe he's still serving a 16-year sentence there, which, given his age, is likely a life sentence. So I don't know that there is necessarily an interest in retrying him. But if they do decide to retry him, it can be very traumatic and it certainly can re-traumatize victims of sexual assault to have to go through a trial once, let alone twice. So it's definitely a difficult decision to make for the district attorneys.
Okay, I'm just going to read you a little bit from the ruling written by the judge, Jenny Rivera, and I'm going to ask you to put it in simple terms for us. She said that we conclude the trial court erroneously admitted testimony of uncharged alleged prior sex acts against persons other than the complainants of the underlying crimes because that testimony served no material non-propensity purpose. What does that mean, and why didn't the judge in the first case, or why would the judge in the first case allow this to happen in court?
So it's unclear why the judge allowed it to happen. That's a judicial determination that was made at the time. In any case, whenever we're trying to decide what the appropriate evidence should be, there's always a need to weigh the probative value of that evidence with the prejudicial effect of that evidence. And so when we're talking about sexual assault, there are circumstances where people want to use previous conduct in an effort to paint an accused as somebody who commits these types of acts in order to assist a judge or a jury in making their decision. In this case, what happened was the judge allowed evidence from individuals who had alleged that they had been sexually assaulted in order to bolster the evidence of the district attorney and the evidence of the victims in the actual case that they had been sexually assaulted. So it was unrelated evidence about Harvey Weinstein engaging in these behaviors. So the question was, is that proper to do? And in certain circumstances, it can be. But the Court of Appeal here found that in this case it wasn't, and therefore it was prejudicial.
All right, Robert, thank you so much for being with us to react to this breaking news this morning that a New York Court of Appeals has overturned a conviction against Harvey Weinstein.